Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. I'm not editing a thing. It's raining. I feel so cool and collected and calm, and rest assured that the universe is going to see me through everything that I'm experiencing, and I trust the same for you. Subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, click like to show love to the video, which also shows love to the channel. Share the video to share the wealth. Subscribe. Click the thanks button to show some love to a goddess. And let's get into your reading. So I'm going to pull some kind of oracle card. I don't know exactly where we're going with this, but we're going to let the oracle choose and take it from there. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. I have to say it more than once because sometimes y'all be forgetting. So this one says, new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Ooh, I love this. I love that for you. And let's pull some more cards for you from the Hermit Tarot and see what they're saying. New beginnings are the best, especially when you've been taken through the trenches, and nobody gets taken through the trenches. You get dragged through the trenches. So I look forward to telling you about this new beginning and how you can embrace it. Time to ground yourself. Yep. I left because you told me to. Ooh, so Gemini, we still gonna pick up this energy like we always do, stitching these readings together. You done told somebody to keep it moving, and this time you meant it. I feel like this is someone who is tired of repeating themselves. Or Gemini, maybe someone left because maybe you left because someone told you to leave, right? But either way, it can be reversed. So maybe someone told you to leave, Gemini, and you got crazy on them. They didn't know that you know, crazy. It is what it is. You did some crazy shit, and now you got a new beginning coming. Some of y'all might be going to jail. Who knows? I'm hoping that's not the case. Or maybe you just locked yourself away from this person because it's like they're your kryptonite. But more than likely, I feel like this new beginning is yours, and you just made someone leave because they wasn't getting with the program. And they are terrified of this new beginning without you because they're seeing that for once and for all, you're not chasing them. You're not responding to the messages. You're not doing the same things that you used to do whenever y'all will fall out. Like y'all had this cycle of just repeating on the weekends, like break up on a Thursday, and then Friday comes, your Friday routine comes, and they send a message, like they send you a Cash App or something, and they know that puts a smile on Gemini's face. Or they send you a location and it's like, beat me there, and then you show up and it's some big elaborate thing. They knew how to make you smile. Like they knew. But this person was very charming, and this person did things that made themselves feel and look good as opposed to what Gemini actually needed. Burden of tears. No more tears in love. So you're tired of crying over the same thing over and over again. It might not be literal tears, but it's just repeating the same cycle. And it's time for you to ground yourself and realize that you don't have to settle for someone who does not see your worth, Gemini. For someone who makes you repeat yourself often. For someone who's always there when you need them. But it's at some kind of expense to your integrity. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they try to use what they do for you to compromise and allow them to do it in the way that they want to. Like they're not making real sacrifices. I think I'm gonna title the video, they're not making real sacrifices. They're not. So with the overall energy, this deck is upside down. The overall energy being the High Priestess, I feel like you're seeing or trying to see the things for what they are. I feel like things have been a bit blurry for you because you've been trying to like honestly put a filter on things and seeing things for what you thought they could have been. Now you want to be able to experience things for real. I feel like you made a lot of excuses for this person, and you made a lot of excuses for yourself too. So you may feel like you're not really completing things the way how you supposed to in your life, and when this person comes around you become unproductive. And now, like, subconsciously you knew that you had to make a change somehow because you have a lot of things weighing on the decisions that you made. And some of you may feel like you're not living up to your highest potential, and this person wasn't helping. Like, yeah, they encouraged you, but they didn't help you that much either. So it was like giving you, like, you falling in a hole, and then they giving you like a short ass ladder to get the fuck out. So it was just one of those kind of situations. And I feel like this person was doing the best that they could based on their experience because they had their own shit going on. And they just thought you was going to be around forever, Gemini. That's just the honest to God truth. But now it's just like you're ready for a new adventure, and you're heartbroken in a sense that you don't like leaving with bitter blood. You don't like leaving with knowing that things are left undone or unsaid. But if someone is not understanding what you're saying, there's no point in even digging any deeper. So this is why your intuitive sense is important right now, is for you to pay attention to what's consciously happening in front of you, and understand that subconsciously you can't control every little thing that doesn't go according to plan, especially when you never had a plan to begin with. Shit. So the challenge is the wheel of fortune. The challenge is sticking to this change, realizing that change feels weird. Change feels weird as all hell, and you have to be constant with this change. Earth energy is present. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There may be like an earthy or a traveling situation where you might have to travel for this change, or you're traveling because of a change that all of a sudden this cycle that ended, where maybe you wanted to move because this person and you aren't on the same page no more, and everything around you is reminding you of this person. But I feel like your guys are co-signing this change in a major way. I feel like you knew that you were destined for greatness, and this person also saw your potential. But it's not about them. I don't see why you gave them so much power. I can't answer that. I can't. Only you can understand that. They might have had something that you needed, or you might have thought that they could put you in a position that could change your life. Whole time you were changing their life. You know what I'm saying? And now that you told them, like, look, I need you to leave because what the hell did I just touch, for real? Like, this is charcoal? Okay, see, this sage ain't saging. I'm sorry, y'all. I like my hands being dirty and shit, but it's fucking up my new cards. And I'm going to look at it like that as well. It's like you can't taint your energy when you're trying to change and shit. You can't, like, double back and be like, yeah, I'm going to change tomorrow. No, you have to commit to it. So with you taking the steps towards leaving, it's uncomfortable. And your guides are saying that you have to face this challenge and respect it for what it is, and know that the universe is giving you what you need, even if it doesn't match right now what you want, because your want sometimes will get you hemmed up on an okie doke. I feel like you're going to get the passion that you're looking for, but you got to look for passion and promise and influential experiences that you care about now. You know, it's time for you to look to what you want for real. Like you, without weighing in on what anybody else want, regardless of who you're responsible for. Feel like you did a lot of thinking about how things affect other people. And we have major arcana cards here telling you that this cycle is uncomfortable. It's not going to get any more comfortable, and you have to ground yourself. You have to open up your third eye, and you have to be constantly aware. and realize that this is a time for you to make the move that is needed to change the life that you've been living. You are feeling, some of you feel like you are running out of time. So I don't know what that's about. I see a clock. So it don't have to be like a clock in a literal sense, like an actual clock. Well, actually it can be. Some of you feel like maybe you don't have that long to be here, or maybe you're running out of time in a certain space, and that's why you wanted to move. You're running out of time in a lease or some kind of development with something, and you want to change, but you don't really know exactly how. And that's why your third eye is important, because you have to listen to your inner voice and take steps according to what's happening and not what you want to happen only. You have to weigh things in from all angles. In the recent past, you had to move on. And that's why that person says, I left because you told me to. You had to move on from something that was difficult, but at the same time, it was easy. Now, that's a caveat for that ass, because the things that are easy for us, we usually want to keep them around, don't we? You know, we want to look for reasons to keep it around because it's comfortable and it doesn't challenge you that much. Just like, you know, the Friday nights with your ex-person, or this person that was your situational person. And then when you get around them, you wasn't really getting anything done. And then you look and it's like 6 months later and you ain't doing shit with your life. So this change that you had to make is not just about, you know, leaving somebody behind, but it's just leaving bad habits behind. Not calling this person a bad habit, but maybe you did call them an unhealthy habit. Like, you are my addiction. Like, you are somebody that I want. But it's difficult for you because you are an empath and you know what it means to love unconditionally. I feel like you didn't have a lot of examples of unconditional love, and that's why it's so important for you to love people through all conditions. But sometimes that is at the expense of your own sanity. It's at the expense of your tear ducts, you know, crying and shit, acting like ain't nothing wrong. People just thinking, oh, yep, she the strong friend or he the strong friend, but you be crying and shit because you're an emotional being. And you have to bring out that emotional sense within you with people and situations that heightens that. I feel like you need to work on increasing experiences that makes you feel emotional. I think your guides want you to get back in touch with who you are, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you want to do in this life, Gemini, it's tied to your emotions. Like, you work best when your feelings are involved. A lot of people be like, don't get your feelings involved in your business, da 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 da. Nah, they just saying don't mix pleasure with business and have your contracts looking fucked up and stupid because you got your feelings involved. But no, like, passion projects are your thing. I feel like when you passionately work and you put your mind to something and you like see it through and you tie your experiences to those projects and then you put a price on it, people buy it because they believe what you say. And that's what this Ace of Swords is, for your subconscious influence. I feel like your success is tied to your passion and the things that you talk about that affected you deeply, or the things that you're afraid to talk about. So some of you may be artists, you may draw, sketch, or you may be a seamstress, and whatever your success should be is tied to you feeling, putting your emotions like into it. Like, if you've had dark feelings and dark emotions, like, you should be sewing dark clothes for that season, you know what I mean, even if it's summer. So it's just like, you have to tap into what you really want. I think that's what this reading is really about, because that's the only way that you're gonna manifest this new beginning the right way. Because starting over is one thing, but starting over to do the same shit again and again is just crazy as hell. Like, literally crazy. So this Queen of Cups energy is what you're focused on right now. You're focused on taking care of someone. I feel like you might have a child that's an Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Focus on taking care of your children or a child. Focus on making sure that everything that you do does not pull this bond away. I feel like you know how to make people feel good and safe. I think that's what your gift is. And when you realize that you can use that to your advantage to get whatever you need, and I'm not talking about in romantic relationships, but in just relationships, period. Like taking care of people, people love feeling like they're taken care of. We're all emotional beings living this human experience, spiritual, emotional, and all of that. Some people don't want to admit that they're emotional, but the sooner you embrace these emotional gifts that you have, you're going to realize how impactful you can truly be. Yeah, with the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, just taking care of legacy, making sure that your family is straight, like making sure that everyone in your care is okay. I feel like that's what this new beginning is all about, is just taking care of your family, not just taking care of the business, making sure that you're okay mentally with this High Priestess energy flowing in your greatness and releasing anything that makes you feel emotionally uncomfortable. When someone like says things that make like call you weird, I feel like someone call you weird, like you so weird, and they might joke and be like, you know what I mean, it's a compliment, and you just like thinking like, no bitch, I don't know what you mean. I don't think it's a compliment because all you said was I know what you mean, and I don't even think I know you for real. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful with your energy. And just be very careful about who you have around you and who it is that you give rank to in your life, because it affects the way how you feel and think about things. Protect your energy. That's a big deal. Think people that aren't nurturing like you and careful like you might want to stay away from them for a little while. See, with the near future being the Two of Cups, you're going to be building these kind of partnerships that are nurturing. And I feel like that's how you're going to build your network up. I got my window open, y'all. It's a lot of little distractions, but I don't feel distracted, so I'm not going to close it. Quiet the noise, you know, so the noisy people in your energy, like you might have been around the loud people, or you might have been the loudest person in the room at one point, and now you're changing. It's a new beginning and a new adventure for you. The card says it, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. All of this shit is not happening by chance, Gemini. We're not talking just to talk for our health. This is like some real deal advice here. Letting go of the past is important. Keeping people around you that are empaths and that care about other people is important. People who are desensitized by the things that are happening in life and don't care about other people, don't care about themselves. And I'm not saying that there's not hope for them to one day have that care, but right now you shouldn't be investing too much in those kind of people. And I feel like you be trying to save folks. Like, you can't save everybody. That's not your job. Your job is to inspire and to be inspired. Yeah, you see that? Your job is to light the room up, and whomever want to jump on your bandwagon, they can, if it's going to be in a way that's positive and won't pull the positive energy down. Feel like you're going to be meeting someone in the near future. I'm going to pull another card on this. I'm going to pull a completely different deck. I feel like this is going to be like a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy. This is not a person from the past. I feel like this is someone that's tied to somebody that you may have known in the past. So they might know who you dealt with in the past. They're going to feel like a soulmate. And they're going to see your changes. I think they're going to see your changes from a distance. This is interesting. They're going to see your changes from a distance, and then they're going to pull up like, I'm inspired by you. I think as soon as you let go of this past situation, Gemini, like energetically, like release it. And letting go of an energy from the past is not literally just telling somebody, don't call me no more. It's not checking for their messages no more. It's not checking on them anymore. It's not checking up people from situations that you don't have any dealings with anymore, that brought you pain and discomfort in a way that was not progressive for you emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. It was just a downer for you. So I feel like you need to really release, and that's when you're gonna be able to accept the new energy. See, look, the Ace of Pentacles, it came out in the reverse, but I feel like the only way it'll be reversed, whereas you're not seeing the opportunity to build like real worthy relationships, is if you keep going back and repeating the cycle from the past. The challenge is just the wheel of fortune. It's just seeing that you have what you need to succeed, seeing that you have everything that you deserve to succeed, and to accept help even when you feel as if you don't need help, to accept where you are. I feel like how you see your situation right now is the King of Cups. The cups are here. Your guides are saying to tap into your emotions. You see how the thunder just rolled and y'all heard it? God don't be playing about you, Gemini. So you shouldn't play about you either. You shouldn't be afraid to be friendly. Stop that bullshit talking about, you don't really fuck with people like that, and separating yourself from. No, you have to cut the crap and cut the past off for real. Because your environment right now is like the Queen of Pentacles energy. I feel like you're surrounding yourself with, you're grounding yourself right now. You're putting in the time and the work to see things through, and you're wanting to manifest what you've been talking about. So now is your time to take action and not be afraid to love without sex, and to not being afraid to say I love you. Embracing things that makes you feel uncomfortable, but in a good way. Like not spending money unnecessarily right now is important as well. And I feel like what you hope is that you can set the ground rules for the next 6 to 8 months to a year, because you want to free up your time and your space from anything that wasn't on your side. I feel like with the possible outcome being the Five of Cups, is that if you focus on the future and not the past, you won't have to worry about failure. You won't have to worry about not producing. You won't have to worry about not being good enough. I feel like you have to embrace this new beginning, Gemini. Embrace it. There's a lot of working parts to this, but simply embrace your new beginning. Embrace that shit. Embrace it. And that is all that I have for you at this time. And we'll talk again soon. Love and light, tribe.